Hey kids, it's Arp. This is the ArpCast, somewhat live from the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains in eastern Tennessee. Today we talk about different things, weird people, and maybe unicorns and rainbows. We read poetry and short stories too. Most of all, we keep it real. This is the ArpCast, starting now. Hello and good day. It's ArpCast number 23. Slant rhyme today. Slant rhyme. December and the season are in full sparkle, full swing. It's December 4, 2017, coming up on the big holiday season. Well, I guess we're here. We're in the middle. I did say it was in swing, so had a nice Thanksgiving. Actually, kind of passed a week. Had a good week last week. Finished up strong. I'm eccentric by my own admission. I don't know if you've noticed. I'm a little out there, a little strange. I enjoy it, though. Call it edge, call it just absent-mindedness, whatever you want to call it or term it. I'm out there. I like different things. I like odd things, but I'm not, just a little off, a little out there. So, it's Movie Monday, and this weekend's movie is a little out there. It's from the archives. Didn't get out this weekend. It's similarly eccentric. The Grand Budapest Hotel. A Wes Anderson film. You remember we work in threes. Features, philosophy, and the Alf. Features, wow. What a cast. What a cast we have here. F. Murray Abraham kicks it off. Actually, to kick it off was Tom Wilkinson, one of my favorite British actors. Jude Law, F. Murray Abraham as Zero Mustafa. Just the name right there is pretty interesting. Zero Mustafa. The older, and we'll get to the younger in a second. Ralph Fiennes as Monsieur Gustave H. Amazing. Tilda Swinton, Adrian Brody, Willem Dafoe, Jeff Goldblum, Harvey Keitel, Bill Murray. As I said, Jude Law, Tom Wilkinson, Edward Norton, Saoirse Ronan. Hope I'm saying that right. Owen Wilson. And to kind of finish it out, in his first movie, Tony Revolori as the young Mustafa, the lobby boy to Ralph Fiennes' Monsieur Gustave's innkeeper. What a fantastic movie this was. Just in the visual appeal and the story. So the story is just a crazy story. It's a crime drama wrapped around a period piece, wrapped inside a psychoanalytical work. Minds and thinking and loneliness and heartbreak and murder and deception and just absolute craziness. And during parts of the film, it's really hard to keep up with what's going on. But Mr. Fiennes and his wonderful cast under Anderson's pretty tightly... Remember, he directs, he produces, and he writes this movie. So it's a nice hat trick for Mr. Anderson. Lots of nominations. I'm not going to go into it, but just a tremendous film. Again, as I was saying, visually appealing. Even though a lot of it was done in models and things like that, just really brought out a different perspective of this time in what one would imagine was Eastern Europe, and really sends your head spinning and really draws you in. So those are some of the features. It's a tightly woven film, just a little bit under 140 minutes, and it from the very beginning it gets you going. It just boom, it gets you going. And thanks to Tom Wilkinson for helping us along with that. F. Murray Abraham He plays an interesting role here. Very much, I thought, like his role as Salieri in Amadeus many years ago at this point. Again, another award-winning movie based on a Peter Shaffer play, Milos Forman direction. He's a storyteller in this movie, and he tells a story kind of in flashback about his life being the lobby boy, how he came to be the owner of the Grand Budapest. Just a nicely done film, and I think you'll enjoy it for its features. Let's talk a little bit about its philosophy. So the psychoanalysis piece here was very interesting to me, and we speak about, and it speaks about loneliness, heartbreak, and the temporary and transient joy of other human beings. But it also solidifies a very interesting thing, this bond between two men, Gustav and the young, excuse me, and the young Zero Mustafa. Absolute loyalty to one another, and a mentor-mentee relationship, and just again cloaked in well-written dialogue, humor, action. The crime story here is also very interesting, and I think you'll come to appreciate it when you watch it. But you have to keep up. You have to understand and appreciate what's going on. I thought Willem Dafoe did a nice job as Jopling, kind of this quirky henchman that's hired by Adrian Brody to sort of take care of business, if you will. And so, but the philosophy of the whole thing, I think, had a really strong effect on the film in how it's portrayed visually. You don't feel alone, but you can tell that the people within this movie are very lonely and are struggling with that. That was, as I walked away from the film, and I did manage to watch it. I actually watched it in 2 parts again. That's what you get. So we got features, we got philosophy, now the ALF. Remember the ALF, ARP's likability factor, here on Movie Mondays. So we got love, like, meh, dislike, and loathe. I like this movie. I really like this movie. And I wanted to like this movie. I'd put off seeing it for the longest time, and I'm sad that I did, because it's a really fine movie. It's mature in parts and pieces. Gustav is a man of many talents. I'll say that, and in a sense offers up those talents to his guests. So there's some mature content in this movie for the kids listening out there. But Gustav is very, very pointed in what he does and how he does it. And he is, at his heart and soul, a very good innkeeper and believes in the Grand Budapest Hotel and what it has to offer its guests. So a lot of conversation to be had there about service and things we've talked about in the past in terms of philosophy. So I like this movie. I think you should see this movie if you've not seen it yet. Go out, Netflix, Amazon, all those services. Watch it this weekend. Great movie. Thanks for listening, everyone. Have a great rest of the week. Well, kids, you know who this is. It's ARP, damn it. You have been listening to the ArpCast, a sensational, fact-filled experience meant to change the world. I'm happy you stopped by. Our sponsors, those greedy, wily bastards, thank you too. Make sure to write, this has been the ArpCast. I'm out.